Well, in today's broadcast, I have some rather creepy and chilling information to share with you guys. And quite frankly, it's going to boil your blood because what I'm going to reveal today is the real motive of these World Economic Forum elitists who are right now over in Davos, Switzerland, discussing the fate of all of humanity. People, by the way, who you and I never elected into office. They are literally driving and lobbying policies here in the U.S. And I've got to tell you, I'm about to expose a literal ring of terror or a radius of terror that they intend to build. And what that basically is that all of us will be confined to little circles in which you and whoever your close family is will be confined in this circle. You will be told what doctor to go to, what school to go to, what places to shop at, where to work out at, the whole 9 yards in this 15-minute radius. It is a hellhole in which we would be treated like literal dogs. I love animals. I have my Diesel and Miller here at the house, but this is what they intend. Dogs are usually confined to a house, and every once in a while they get to go out on walks or whatever in certain areas. And this is what they literally intend. On top of you eating no meat, you eating bugs, you being happy and owning nothing. There's so much more to this, but these 15-minute cities are straight up police states. That's what it is. It is a complete prison planet. But don't worry, they'll let you out so many times a year. And by the way, they're already constructing these things and they already exist. But before I dive in, I want to remind you, get to restrictedrepublic.com. Look, I am not funded by any global organization. I am not funded by state or government actors. We are funded by you, the people. And that's why we charge monthly for Restricted Republic, because you are the ones that fund us. And we've got so much exclusive information that you're going to want to see on there. And by the way, I've touched repeatedly, you can see a couple of videos here that we've been really touching in detail about what's truly going on in Davos over there in Switzerland, not only this year, but we've touched on past years. So get to Restricted Republic right now and use the coupon code FREE and the number 2. Try it out free for 2 months. You can cancel whenever you want, but get to restrictedrepublic.com and get the real information. All right, so let's dive into these World Economic Forum global agendas that they have for humanity. And by the way, they keep calling a lot of this a conspiracy theory, yet I'm going to show you directly from their own mouths how that's not the case. When they're stating things verbatim, you can't just call them a conspiracy theory. And the more that they do that, I think the more that the American people, at least here in the United States and abroad, are starting to wake up, because they're like, hey, you said that, even though mainstream media wants to pretend like you didn't. But you did. But you really did. Let's start with these 15-minute cities. And for that, I'm going to go back to an article in 2021. Then I'm going to go forward to what's happening today as a result of that article there. But here it is. Let's go directly to the horse's mouth, worldeconomicforum.com. I'm going to reject their cookies. But here it is. The 15-minute city meets human needs, but leaves desires wanting. Here is why. One of the biggest urban ideas to emerge from the pandemic is the idea of a 15-minute city or a 15-minute neighborhood. Developed by a French urbanist, Carlos Moreno, 15-minute city refers to a place where all the necessities of daily life, your shops, your schools, your workplace, your doctor's offices, your parks, your libraries, your restaurants, and other amenities are located in a short 15-minute walk or bike ride from home. In this way, each neighborhood becomes isochrone, an area that can be explored within a given time, given all residents access to their needs, a convenient walk away. Now, here's the actual diagram that they've used outside of World Economic Forum. These are put together by a city, but you can see there's your home right there, dead smack in the middle, and you've got outdoor walks. You can go get groceries. You get to work in this little area. You get to stay active, exercise, get around, get your health taken care of, go to shopping malls, and of course, your schools, all confined in this one itty bitty 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 space. Again, this is straight up communism and downright terrifying. And the World Economic Forum actually goes on to talk about this as some sort of good thing. But here it is on that same World Economic Forum article. Various cities around the world have begun to embrace the 15-minute city approach. For instance, Melbourne is proposing self-contained communities within an 800-meter radius. Portland's Climate Action Plan calls for more vibrant neighborhoods in which 90% of the residents can walk or bike to fulfill their daily needs. remains. But the most vocal proponent of the concept remains Paris, where the concept originated. Its mayor, Anne Hidalgo, has been championing the Ville de Cordehu since 2020, and I know I butchered that, and has embedded it into a broader plan to promote active mobility in lieu of cars. Car speed has been limited to 30 kilometers per hour on many streets. Automobiles have been banned along certain areas on Sunday of each month, and plans to include a biking lane on every street by 2024 are also in the works. Such experiments are unprecedented and exciting, and they stand on long-established planning principles. What's not to like? So in other words, they are very, very excited about this idea, so much so that they are screaming from the rooftops saying, hey, look at these beautiful cities over in Melbourne and Paris who are actually working on this. And as you're going to see in a moment, it's also happening in Britain where they're protesting it because a lot of people have woken up to this crap. But in a nutshell, the World Economic Forum, in conclusion, in that article, they say, well, these 15-minute cities may not work everywhere. For example, the United States has a lot of obstacles to go through. However, they go on to say, but the United States and other cities should be thinking something akin to a 15-minute baseline. In other words, maybe not 15 minutes for the United States. Maybe they extend that to a 20 or 30-minute period. They don't really specify. But the end game is the same. Everybody in a communist hellhole circle in which you're only allowed to leave your circle so often. And this comes complete, by the way, with checkpoints and everything at certain areas. I mean, talk about an actual police state. This is a living police state. You would have no more reason to go to prisons anymore because it's all right there, told where to go, how to do it. And it doesn't matter if you don't like the restaurant in your little circle. You're going to go to that restaurant and they'd just be carbon repeats. This is the kind of crap that this World Economic Forum goons are giving us. But here's the thing on Britain, how it's happening right now over there in Britain. And this is from January 2023. British protest 15-minute cities where they will become prisoners of the state. The article goes on, 15-minute cities are popping up everywhere, and the World Economic Forum is enthusiastic about them. Last year, it was announced that Paris, France would become a 15-minute city, and now the British city of Oxford is next. However, they are fighting back. And let me show you the actual video here of some of them fighting back. So I'm just going to play a clip for you. Take a listen.
Okay, my name's Tara Beatty. Thank you for letting me speak today. Can I just say welcome to Oxfordshire Open Prison, because this is what is being delivered. It's akin, I used to work for the prison service, so I know how open prisons work. This is akin to an open prison, these districts and these filters and gates and fines that are being forced onto the people of Oxfordshire without their democratic consent. 1,000 people answered an online survey. That's not even 1% of the population you are forcing this onto.
But there you kind of get an idea. She's not wrong. It is literally a prison planet. And let me show you another view here where they're actually protesting. This is the people protesting. I'm going to keep the audio off. But you can see people are protesting there in Oxford, what's going on, because they're outraged that this is even happening in their city. And I don't blame them one bit. If I belonged in that city, I would be getting the hell out. But this is insane. In fact, there is an article I want to show you from the World Economic Forum that actually wants to push us from 15-minute cities into 5-minute cities. Take a look at that video here. And I've talked about this extensively, by the way, on Restricted Republic, but take a listen to this.
This is a video of the principle of the line, which is really the revolution in urban design that NEOM is pioneering. And we can talk a little bit more about that as we go through the rest of the panel in the session.
So when I'm looking at this, it's a grid infrastructure.
Yeah, so basically the way it works is it's 170 kilometers long, 200 meters wide, 500 meters high. The height is from the sea level, so as you go inwards and the topography actually goes up, then the height of the actual building structure reduces until you get to the mountains where it actually you no longer have
5-minute walk neighborhoods. There you have it. 5 minutes. Don't worry, everybody's crowded in a little bitty section, and all there is to go is up and up and up and up. Wow. seems rather tantalizing. In fact, you want to know some of the other things that they have been revealing at this latest Davos meet about the plans that they have for you? Take a look here. Take a listen to what he has to say. He starts with advertising the fact that there is an NWO right now. However, we're told that that's a conspiracy theory, but take a listen to what he says here.
Here at WEF, I believe we're discussing, there's a lot of discussion about what the new world order will be, or how, even in the context of our new Helsinki, how do we work towards that new?
How do we work towards a new world order, right? So there is their straight up admission that that's what they're going for, which I've been saying for a good 10 years or so since I've been on air. Not only that, but they want you to be without cars. Take a listen here.
Virtually no traffic. You can go to different places very efficiently without using cars. There are no cars.
Not one single car?
It's going to be different types of transportation that are, like I said, environmentally friendly.
So why would you need cars in a 15 or 5-minute study? Unless you're permitted once in a while to go outside of your circle. And then we have this. They want to make a digital database to monitor anybody who did not receive the vax. Take a listen. This is Tony Blair.
To know who's been vaccinated and who hasn't been. Some of the vaccines that will come on down the line will be multiple. There'll be multiple shots. So you've got to have, for reasons to do with the healthcare more generally, but certainly for a pandemic or for vaccines, you've got to have a proper digital infrastructure, and many countries don't have that. In fact, most countries don't have that.
So a digital infrastructure to say whether or not you've been vaccinated so they can seclude you to certain areas. And how about the fact that the conspiracy theory that the World Economic Forum wants you to eat bugs, right? Here we have it. How about World Economic Forum? This is their own Twitter page. They put this out. Forget burgers, think bugs, read more. This was posted January 2019. Hey, but that's not the only one. Here's World Economic Forum again. Is this the future for all of us? Read more. October 1st, 2018, where you can see bugs and insects. Then we also have World Economic Forum. Again, good grub. Why we might be eating insects soon. This was posted in 2018. And we have another one here. There's nothing like home cooked meal for worms, protein for worms. This is posted 2021. And here's just yet another one. World Economic Forum Twitter page. Read more. November 14th, 2017. Be able to buy insects in bulk to eat. There you have it. There you have it. So much for the conspiracy theory. You will own nothing and be happy. You will not be eating any meat anymore because us people who ride our private jets and go pollute the planet can do whatever the hell we want while we step on you little people in your 15-minute circle. Of course, they'll have their own they'll be outside of the bubble. They'll have unlimited access because, they need it because they're world leaders. That's how they work. I don't know about you, but that sounds like it's straight up communism, and that sounds like something established by a Mao, a Hitler, or something like that. And I sure the hell don't want it. Anyhow, with that, I just want to remind you, check out my new channel. We're Forked Up. I'm going to show it to you here on YouTube. It's a really cool place that you guys can check out for fun. I know a lot of the news can be down and sometimes. So I created this as a more upbeat place that you can go watch without a political slant. But check it out. We're Forked Up. Justice Knight and myself go on there, and we go to restaurants and just have a good time and kind of bring you to the table with us. But you're absolutely going to love it. So subscribe there. And please also make sure you're still subscribed to my channel here on YouTube, and make sure you have that all notification bell checked, because you are not going to get any notifications otherwise. Anyhow, I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.